Hi friends, in this video tutorial we are going to talk about the if statement. Yes, if statement is used to check for a condition, and from the result of that condition you now determine what to do. Yes, if statement. If statement, there are three ways we can do this. We have the if statement. Okay, we have the if then statement, and we have the else if statement. Okay, this one is a kind of you check for a condition, you now display result. This one you check for a condition, you display what will happen if the condition is true and what will happen if the condition is false. This you check for a condition, check what happens if that condition is true, check for another scenario or another condition and determine what happens if the condition is false. Okay, don't worry, I'm going to use example to explain it better. Okay, let's start from this first one, the if statement. Okay, back to our code. I'll create a file. Let me call this file rest.html. okay, I want to use it, I want to do it in small letter, rest.html. okay, version 5 stuff, let me change this to if statement. Okay, let me do this header one. The if statement. Okay, do the script stuff here at the head. Okay, this is where I'll be writing my code, but before then let me test out this work. Reveal in File Explorer, click on this. Okay, I now have this. Okay, then from the first example, which is the if statement, we do something like this. We write this, the if, and we write this curly bracket. Okay, here is where we write the condition. Okay, here is where we write what we want to do, or our code block. Okay, our code blocks. Okay, for this example, we can save let me save name. Okay, is equals to Paul, right? We can do something like this. If and do this. Okay, you can say if name is equals to Paul, do this, something like this, and let me say alert hello Paul. Okay, so what we are trying to do here is we are checking a condition here. If the condition is true, our code block will run, but if the condition is not true, nothing will happen. So this here is check if name is equals to Paul. If the value of name is equals to Paul, remember I use double equal to. Okay, this is comparison operator in programming. Okay, assuming this name is equal to Paul, alert hello Paul, but if the name is not equal to Paul, don't alert anything. Okay, now you can see that the name is equals to Paul, so automatically this code will run. But if I change this name from Paul, this code will not run. Okay, let me test this code. Let's see. You see, hello Paul. Yes, hello Paul is actually showing because name is equals to Paul. Assuming I change this to something else like this. Okay, if I run this code, you see that nothing will actually happen because this condition here is not met. Remember, you write your if statement, open and close bracket for your condition, then a curly bracket, open and close curly bracket, where your code will be. Okay, something like this again. You write if, open and close bracket. This is where your condition goes. Okay, you do your curly bracket. This is where your code goes, and whatever thing you write here works only when the condition here is being met. That is for if statement. Okay, before we forge ahead to if statement, there are things I want us to understand. If you want to say, we can say if name is equals to Paul. This is how we do equals to Paul to compare whether this name is it Paul. We can equally do this with 3 equal to. Okay, the difference between the 2 equal to and the 3 equal to is this. 2 equal to check only the value, whereby 3 equal to check both the data type and the value. Okay, how do I try to explain this to you guys? Okay, let me show you this. If I say the name is, if I say this is 100 like this, okay, and I use double equal to like this and says 100, I remove it in quotes. Okay, let's see what will happen. Okay, hello Paul, it works. Let me explain what really happened here. This equals to check, this is 100, but here this 100 is a number. As you can see, this is not in quotes, but 100 here is in quotes, which means this is a string, not actually a number. But double equals to check just the value. Are they the same thing? Not minding the data type, right? Not minding that this is a number and this is a string. Okay, then when you use 3 equal to, it will check whether they are exactly the same thing. It will equally check, are they 100? Yes. Now what are their data type? This is number, this is string. Okay, because this is string and this is number, it will not work. Okay, 3 equal to check both the value and the data type, whereby 2 equal to check only the value. Okay, let me refresh. You see, I have no results here. Okay, because it is true that name here is equal to 100 and the value we are checking is 100, but here this one is in quotes, this is a string, this is not in quotes, this is a number, so they are not exactly the same thing. So triple equals to check this, but 2 equal to doesn't check that. 2 equals to only check their value. Okay, you see the code now run. Okay, so this is for the 2 equal to and 3 equals to, the different. We can equally do something like this for condition. This is known as not equal to. Okay, if name is not equals to 10, okay, display this. Let's check. You see, nothing actually happened because name is equals to 100. Now we are checking if name is not equal to, because name is equals to 100, our condition here is not being met, so this code will not run. Okay, but if I do something here like this, you can see that name actually is not equal to this because name is 100. Okay, name is not equal to this, so this will run. Okay, you see we have our code running. Okay, this is the way we check for not equal to. we have or, okay, something like this. Let me say okay, first of all we check the first condition. If name is equal to 100, or using this, name is equal to, you know the equal to we use in comparison, or name is equal to Paul. Okay, here now we are trying to say no normal English. If name is equals to 100, display this, right? If name is equals to Paul as well, display this. So here, this all statement check. Is it 100? Yes, okay, display. Is it Paul? Okay, display. It checks either 100 or Paul. If name is 100, display. If name is Paul as well, display. Okay, this is for the or statement. We use this, or you write it like this, or you use the normal or like this. Okay, this will still work. Okay, look at what we mean. Name is 100, the result will display. Okay, back to the code. It's not showing, something is wrong somewhere. Okay, I think I'm having an error here. Okay, let me find out what the error is. Okay. Okay, I think this works in PHP, not JavaScript. So in JavaScript, you use this. Okay, you can find this button after this button that has this. Okay, if you look at your keyboard, find the button that has this. Okay, remember you first of all have see a button. Okay, in your keyboard you will see where the right. So beside it we have the P button. Beside it we have this button. Another beside it now we now have this button. Then in another after this we have this button. Okay, this button, when you use shift key, you got this. Okay, for this button. Okay, that is how you get this using shift key. You will hold shift key and press this button. Okay, before you will now be able to have this. Okay, when you do it like this, this is or statement. Okay, so what we are saying here, if name is equals to 100 or name is equals to Paul, do this. Now name is 100, this will work. Okay, you see name is 100. Okay, what about Paul? If you change the name to Paul, okay, it will still work, as you can see here. But if you change the name, anything different from 100 and Paul, this code will not run because we are using the or statement. Okay, you see nothing really happens. Okay, this is for the or statement, right? We have the and statement. So far I have talked about the 2 equal to, talk about the 3 equal to, talk about the 3 equal to, talk about the or statement, the or statement. Okay, now I want to talk about the and we use ampersand like this, 2 ampersand. Okay, let me just comment this. Okay, I want to use multi-line comment. Okay, you do double star here, comes here, use double star, finish it like this. Okay, so everything that goes in between this line and this line is a comment. Computer will ignore it. Okay, so you talk about this. Okay, we talk about this. We said this is or. Okay, this stands for or. we say this stands for ant. Okay, now back to this code. Now we can maybe, let me create another variable. Let me call this variable age is equals to 50, right? Okay, can do something like this. If name is equals to 100 and okay, age is equals to 50. Okay, display hello poor. So remember, here is usually double equal to or 2 equal to. If you use only 1 equal to, it's something like you are assigning a value to a variable. You are not actually comparing. So when you want to compare, you normally use the double equal to or the triple equal to, like this. Okay, so here it says if name is equals to 100 and age is equals to 50, do this. Okay, so 2 of them must be true, unlike or. Or says any of them can be true before this code will work, but and says 2 of them must be true. Okay, now name is 100, age is 50. This code will work. Okay, let's see. Okay, it works. Now what about when age is like 502? This code will not work because the condition says and, meaning that 2 of them must be correct. Name must be 100, age must be 50 for this code to work. So when I run it, you see nothing actually happens. Okay, so if this is correct and this is not correct, it will not work. If this is correct and this one is not correct, so it doesn't go with or. You know, or says any of them, but and says both of them. Okay, this is for and. We have the one of in normal mathematics, greater than. Okay, we have the less than. Okay, we have the greater than equal to, we have the less than equal to. Okay, these are the things, the conditions we can have to write our code. Okay, let me put it here. We have the greater than, we have the less than, we have the greater than equal to, less than equal to. Okay, you know, this is greater than. Okay, just for your record, this is less than. Okay, this is kind of greater than or equal to. Okay, greater than or equal to, right? Okay, I just duplicated this so that I can be able to delete this. Okay, because this one here is less than. Okay, less than or equal to. We have not greater than, not less than. Okay, when you just add this not. Okay, this is known as not. Okay, exclamation mark is known as not. Okay, so we can do something like this: not equal to, not to equal to this time around. Okay, not greater than. Okay, not less than, just negative of what we have here. Okay, but we don't have not or not and. No, you can say either and or. Well, here I can go with not. Okay, where I use exclamation mark and 1 equal to. Here I can go with not. Here I can go with not. Here goes not. Here goes with not. Okay, believing you understand all this, how to do all this condition stuff. Remember, in our first class, we want to design a code like this that I copied it here. So we are going to run this code this time around, since we have learned okay, we are not yet through with our if statement. Sorry guys. Okay, I think we are through with the first if statement. We are equally use this time to talk about the conditions. Okay, for the if statement, we says you only check a condition. If this condition is being met, this code now runs. Okay, So let me kind of comment this guy, okay, so that we can move to the next level. Okay, we want to move to if then statement. Okay, the if then statement checks a condition similar to the first one. Okay, if this condition is met, this will happen. Okay, then if it is not met, this will happen. Okay, watch what we do here. We says if your condition goes here, okay, code goes here when condition is true. Okay, then code goes here when condition is false. Okay, remember what I did? Just like remember the first one has something like this only, but the second one now, this one we are learning now, has x and this. Okay, so this one now is giving you a room to write what will happen when the condition is not met, but the first one that we did just tell you what you can do when the condition is met. So this one tells you, look at what happened when the condition is not met. Look at what happened when the condition is met. Okay, let me comment this and do a typical example of it. Okay, this is our variable we created here. Let me just move it down so that we can be seeing it as I am writing this code. Okay, let me bring it down here. Okay, let me start. I can say if my condition, okay, this is the code block when it is true, x. In normal English, when you say x, you are looking at the other side of the condition. Okay, I can say here, if name is equals to Paul, okay, do this, alert welcome Paul. Okay, remember always end a statement with semicolon. X alert, you are not Paul, goodbye. Okay, something like so. What happened now here is that the condition will be checked. If this condition is met, that is if name is equals to Paul, this code will work. Okay, but if name is not equals to Paul, this code will not work. Okay, here now we have that the name is 100, so automatically the negative one will work, the else statement, because name is not Paul. But when we change the name to Paul, this one now will work. Okay, let's check out our code. Okay, see what we have. You are not Paul, goodbye. Okay, so because the name is not equals to Paul, this shows. Okay, what about when we do 100 here? Okay, now we have the name is 100. Here we check if name is equal to 100, do this, x, do this. Okay, now name is 100, welcome Paul is what we are going to see because the condition is being met. Okay guys, I think every other, all these stuffs here, every other conditional operators, these, all of them works here. Okay, anywhere you see if statement, all these you can use triple equal to, not equals to, greater than, less than, equal to, and all that. Okay, this is for the, let me write it here, the if then statement. Okay, if then statement, this is how we do it. Okay, let's move to the third one of it, known as else if statement. Okay, this else if statement is we normally use it to a kind of look at many conditions and determine what will show on each condition. Something like this. If statement, Okay, code block goes here. We now do it like this. Else if we state another statement. Okay, code blocks goes here. Okay, we now do another one. Else if make another statement, code blocks goes here. Then after we have run so many conditions, this can be like more than 10, 5, depending on number of conditions you want to do. Then at the end of the day, you can now do the X. Okay, you see that this has the combination of the first one, the second one, and additional. Okay, let me explain how this is being done. You write if, use your normal bracket for a condition. Okay, this stays for condition 1. Okay, this code here will work when condition 1 is met. Codes here will work for condition 1. Okay, here is for condition 2, where you state your condition 2. Okay, whereby the codes here will work for condition 2. Okay, here is for condition 3. Okay, the code here is for condition 3. I will explain. Okay, this X now is when none of the condition are met. Okay, let me explain this time around. Okay, I make a condition here. Let's say if name is equals to 100. System check, if name is equals to 100, whatever code I wrote here will work. This code looks at this condition to determine whether it will work or not. If this is not true, if this condition is not met, this code will not work. Computer will now go to the second condition and check whether condition here is being met from the program. If condition here is being met, this code will work. Okay, but if it is not, computer move to condition 3. Do the same thing. If this is not met, this is not met, this is not met, that's the only time this one will work. Okay, so you can see that this one gives us many opportunities or a platform for us to state so many conditions. Okay, this is how the if X statement works. Okay, let me give you an example. Okay, let me just copy these things out. Okay, I come over here, let me just paste it here. Okay, and start. I can say if first one, I give my condition. Okay, I write what will happen. Okay, I says now if name is equals to Paul. Okay, what will happen when name is equals to Paul is something like this. Remember, sometimes these things might be what the user has queuing in the system. You will now check what the person queuing. From what the person writes determines what you will show here, or from the action of the person determines what will show here. When we do the example of that, example of this one we are talking about, example of this, you will see how we use it in action. Okay, so back to what we are doing. I can say here, if the name is equals to Paul, I want computer to say welcome. Okay, welcome Paul. Okay, then I now do my X if, okay, the condition again, then the curly bracket. Okay, here I still write another condition. If the name is equals to John now, okay, our system will say welcome John. Okay, welcome John. Okay, I can still make other statements by doing the same X if. Okay, put another condition here. If the name is equal to Peter. Okay, look at what will happen when name is equals to Peter. You can say welcome Peter. Okay, then after stating all the conditions, as many as I want, I can now do my x. Okay, x now determines what will happen when none of these conditions here are being met. What I can do now, alert, go home, I don't know you. Okay, go home, I don't, okay, know you. Okay, we have talked about this before. I am using a single quote here because I'm using double quote to wrap it. If I want to use double quote here, I gonna make use of my escape string. Okay, so let's test this code. Name here is 100, so name doesn't meet this first condition, it doesn't meet the second, it doesn't meet the third, it doesn't meet the fourth, so automatically it's going to tell us go home, I don't know you. Okay, you see, welcome Peter. Okay, we have welcome Peter. Okay, so what do we actually write here that show us welcome Peter? We says okay, we made a mistake here. This should be 2 equal to, right? Okay, 2 equal to. Okay, back to our code. Okay, we refresh. Okay, it says go home, I don't know you, right? Because none of them here, none of the condition here is met. Assuming I write here Paul, assuming I write Paul here. Okay, if I write Paul here, automatically this condition is being met. Okay, this alert show. Okay, let me refresh. You see, we have welcome Paul because the first condition, which is this condition, is being met. What about if I say the name is John? Okay, you see, welcome John will show. Okay, if I change the name to Peter, the same thing happens because this condition is met. If I change the name to something different from these 3 conditions, go home, whoa, sure. Okay, that is it on how we do go about with these 3 statements. Okay, in the next video I'm going to work at this that we want to develop. Okay, using the if statement to write a complete software of what we actually want to do here. Bye bye guys.